In the midst of a highly toxic work atmosphere for season 14, the Real Housewives of New Jersey actress Melissa Gorga is prepared for a reboot. What will take place in the following season has not yet been announced by the officials at Bravo. On the other hand, they have stated that the show cannot continue with the women being so disagreeable. To find out what Melissa is hoping will take place, continue reading. RHONJ Melissa Gorga is prepared for a reboot, but the environment is toxic. Melissa Gorga is experiencing her first season of Real Housewives of New Jersey in a considerable amount of time, on which she and Teresa Giudice, her sister-in-law, are not at each other's throats. In addition to this, she is attempting to identify the places where genuine friendships can be found. Additionally, to whom she is connected. In the aftermath of Jackie Goldschmidt's decision to leave ship and become best friends with Teresa, her mortal nemesis, this outcome occurred. However, she was completely unaware that Teresa was merely using her in order to bring Margaret Josephs to her knees by spreading rumors against her. Due to the fact that friends have turned into enemies and alliances have altered, it is a difficult season in Jersey because no one knows who they can really trust. YouTube users Dolores Catania, Jennifer Fessler, Rachel Fuda, Teresa Giudice, and Danielle Cabral, having said that, how are these women able to push through? To add insult to injury, there have been discussions about either fully remaking the program or keeping a handful of the girls. On the other hand, there will not be a traditional reunion, which has caused some fans to be concerned about the implications that this would have for the continuing series. From this point forward, Melissa is expressing her thoughts and feelings over the future of the show. In addition, she is discussing her thoughts on the alternative ending, which is being discussed because there will not be a reunion. During her attendance at Tyler Perry's divorce in the Black event on Monday, July 8th, Melissa Gorga reportedly made the following statement, as reported by Reality Blurb. I agree with Bravo that there needs to be adjustments. To 100%, I concur with it. In my opinion, the situation has become really toxic. There are 2 members of my cast who have been playing pretty dirty behind the scenes, and rumors are beginning to circulate about them. Because it always climbs to the top, it always comes out in the laundry. It is all coming out because it is always coming out. Since it has been years, everything is finally coming to light. Continuing on, Melissa stated that she is completely fine with whatever the network chooses to do with the show, regardless of what it may be. Furthermore, she took note of the fact that she is not a demanding person to work with, which allows her to maintain a relaxed lifestyle. I do not make demands. I make my way to the workplace. My connection to the show is really strong and is very important to me. Consequently, I have the impression that I am fine, in my own lane with my own family and my own children, and I will deal with it when I have to. I am not concerned with anybody they chose to cast or not cast. If they did not decide to proceed with a complete relaunch, it is not obvious who would continue to appear on the show. On the other hand, Andy Cohen stated that there would be a period of time, spanning several months, for everyone to take a deep breath and figure out what actions were required. What is the next step? It is said that the reason why there is no reunion will be explained when the last episode of season 14 is broadcast. It appears like Bravo will provide another product because the fans are still looking for something. The cast of Real Housewives of New York City will watch the finale separately and respond to it as they watch it. In order to compensate for the fact that they will not be getting together, they will provide their commentary in real time. If this is accurate, then the filming of it will take place in July of 2024, which is considered to be in the near future. In order to make up for the absence of a reunion and an alternative ending, fans are fervently hoping for a fantastic conclusion to the series. The Real Housewives of New Jersey has never been short on drama, betrayal, and unforgettable moments. For over a decade, Melissa Gorga has been right in the middle of the chaos, navigating feuds, family battles, and the ever-present cameras capturing it all. But as season 14 winds down, one thing has become clear: Melissa is ready for change. In a shocking and candid reveal, Melissa has hinted that the environment surrounding RHONJ has turned toxic, and she wouldn't be opposed to a full reboot of the franchise. For fans, this statement was both stunning and validating. After years of heated exchanges with her sister-in-law Teresa Giudice, never-ending family scandals, and an increasingly divided cast, Melissa's honesty paints a picture of a show at a crossroads. Melissa's breaking point. Melissa Gorga first joined the Bravo hit in season 3, quickly cementing herself as a fan favorite. Viewers loved her glamorous lifestyle, her relationship with Joe Gorga, and her willingness to call things as she saw them. But as the seasons passed, Melissa often found herself forced into the middle of family wars with Teresa Giudice, Bravo's longest-running housewife. At first, fans thought the family feud might be manufactured for ratings, but the animosity has proven painfully real. Tears, shouting matches, and family betrayals have become a defining feature of the show. And according to Melissa, the strain of constantly rehashing family trauma is no longer worth it. This environment isn't healthy anymore, Melissa allegedly shared during a recent interview. It's gotten so toxic that it feels like no one is even enjoying being here. We used to have fun, we used to laugh. Now it's just exhausting. The Teresa factor. Of course, no RHONJ conversation is complete without mentioning Teresa Giudice. As the franchise's undisputed queen bee, Teresa has often been both the heart of the show and its greatest source of conflict. Her rocky relationship with Melissa has dominated the storyline for years, culminating in a near-permanent family split. The season 13 reunion saw both women hurl vicious accusations, with Teresa claiming Melissa was jealous of her, and Melissa firing back that Teresa has tried for years to sabotage her marriage to Joe. For fans, it felt like the point of no return. And Melissa agrees. I've really tried to make this work with her, Melissa admitted. But at a certain point, you have to protect your peace. When it feels like the same fight over and over again, what's the point? Why a reboot might be the answer. Bravo has rebooted franchises before, with RHONY being the most recent example. After endless fan complaints about stale storylines and constant fighting, the network recast the series entirely, introducing a fresh lineup of women with new dynamics. Melissa seems to think RHONJ could benefit from a similar overhaul. Maybe it's time for a fresh start, she suggested. I love the fans, I love the franchise, but I think Jersey deserves to have fun again. Right now, it's just a battlefield. The idea of a reboot is both thrilling and terrifying for fans. While some can't imagine the series without Teresa and Melissa, others feel a shakeup is overdue. The endless cycles of family drama have left viewers craving lighter, more entertaining storylines. Life beyond the drama. Melissa's frustration with RHONJ doesn't mean she's stepping away from the spotlight. In fact, she's busier than ever. Between running her boutique, Envy, expanding her podcast, and raising 3 children, Melissa has plenty on her plate. What fans admire is that she's not afraid to show vulnerability. On social media, Melissa often shares candid family moments, proving that life off-camera is full of joy and love, a stark contrast to the bitter drama unfolding on Bravo. I don't want my kids to look back and think their family was torn apart because of reality TV, Melissa explained. Yes, we're on a show, but at the end of the day, we're human. We need to prioritize what really matters. Fan reactions. Split but emotional. Fans have mixed feelings about Melissa's reboot comments. Some argue that she's absolutely right. The show has become unwatchable because of constant fighting. Others believe Melissa is simply frustrated because Teresa remains the franchise's center of gravity. On Twitter, one fan wrote, "Melissa is finally saying what we've all been thinking. RHONJ needs a reset. Enough with the same family feud every season. Another countered. Melissa has never carried a storyline. She's just salty because Teresa is the star. If Bravo reboots, she won't be asked back. Regardless of opinion, the conversation proves Melissa's comments struck a chord. What's next for Melissa and RHONJ? Bravo executives have been tight-lipped about the future of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, but rumors swirl about a possible reboot or cast shakeup. Whether Melissa would return in such a scenario is unclear, but she doesn't seem desperate to hold on. Whatever happens, I'll be fine, Melissa confidently declared. I've built something outside of this show, and I'm proud of that. If this chapter ends, it just means a new one is beginning. For Melissa, that chapter could include more focus on her business ventures, podcasting, or even new television projects. She has the charisma and fan following to succeed with or without Bravo. The bigger picture. Melissa's candid remarks highlight a growing issue within reality TV. When does entertainment cross into toxicity? The Housewives franchise thrives on drama, but at what cost? Cast members have often admitted to anxiety, stress, and even broken relationships as a result of constant filming. Melissa's willingness to call out the toxic environment is refreshing. It suggests that reality stars, too, recognize the line between good television and unhealthy chaos. Final thoughts. Melissa Gorga has never been one to shy away from honesty, and her recent comments prove she's as bold as ever. By addressing the toxicity on RHONJ and hinting at a possible reboot, Melissa has given fans a glimpse into both her frustrations and her resilience. Whether or not Bravo takes her advice remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, Melissa is ready to reclaim her peace, even if it means leaving the drama behind. In the end, maybe that's the most shocking twist of all.